Over the last few weeks, I've been thinking a lot about what I want the fall and the next few months to look like, not just sewing-wise, but my life in general. Now, at the beginning of the year, I chose curate as my word for 2026. And now that we're about halfway through the year, I thought this seemed like a perfect time to revisit that and see how that's relating to my handmade wardrobe and my life in general. Hello and welcome back to Sew Pomona. I'm Rebecca and I'm so glad you're here. On this channel, I love talking everything fashion and sewing with a focus on creating a wearable handmade wardrobe. So I have actually already started on this process. You can see behind me, this is my fall mood board. I do change these out a few times a year, but I thought today would be a great time to talk over what I'm thinking for fall, winter, and the coming season, and talk about how I go about my planning for my wardrobe and things I want to focus on in my life. And I think choosing the word curate has changed a bit over the year. I feel like at the beginning of the year, it was more focused on being intentional with my projects and what I was working on, choosing fewer things, but choosing them well. I still really like that idea. But I think right now I'm focused a little less on curating things and focused a little bit more on curating how I spend my time. At this point, I really do have a pretty full handmade wardrobe, and I do have plenty of fabric. I could sew with this for a year and be fine. And while I am excited to sew new pieces for fall, I don't need to be constantly making myself busy sewing just to sew. But that's really allowed me to shift some of my time to focusing on things I really care about. So cooking more at home, I want to work more on my garden, working on renovating our home, which has been a work in progress since we moved in here. And I don't always feel like I have to be making something new. So I kind of wanted my mood board to reflect a little more of the things I'm interested in, good food, spending time with my family, the things I'm really excited about fall to really influence what I'm planning. I usually do start my planning for the season over on Pinterest. So I'm going to show you my mood boards. I do one for each season, and I just started planning out my fall one. And what I'll start with are just pinning runway looks that I'm interested in for fashion. So I have started planning these over on Pinterest. I usually do start that way and then move to my physical mood board. And one thing I like to do is I have different boards for different things. So this is my fashion board for fall 2026. And I have runway looks, mood images that I found interesting for the season. And then I do separate that into more practical items. So I have a sewing projects list, which is a little more wearable items that I would be interested in making, along with sewing patterns that I could possibly use. And then I've curated a board with my fabrics for fall. Now, I bought quite a few of these a few months ago, and you'll see there's way less fabrics on here than I usually have. And I decided to be really intentional with what fabrics I was going to use for this season. I am going to slow down my sewing a little bit, but I do want some really nice elevated pieces to put into my wardrobe. Now, I am going to break this down into a separate board for winter, just because in the past I haven't really sewn very much for winter. I live in Florida. I don't really need a lot of winter clothing in general. But because I've been traveling more for work, and I do occasionally go to places that have a true winter now, I am going to be sewing a few pieces later in the year that will be for that winter wardrobe, but will be more travel focused. Not necessarily things I'll wear here, but if I'm traveling anywhere, I'll have a wardrobe ready to go for that. And then I also have my vision board, which I continue to add to, focusing on how I want to envision my life. I've got yoga boards on here. I've got places I'd like to visit, kind of the lifestyle I would like to aspire to. And then I do like having these separate boards. And if you ever want to go back and see my old seasonal mood boards, I have those all sectioned off into a seasonal sewing plans whole section where I have past seasons. I think these go back to about 2015 for different mood boards I've planned out each season. So one thing I do think is interesting as I go through my mood board and I start curating and collecting images, I did notice this season I was drawn to much more muted tones. So I've got a lot of like muted olives, light grays. I do have a lot of sage green in there that I would really like to add more into my wardrobe. Kind of like sunset colors, just a little more neutral. But then I was also drawn to these more boho designs. These are Joanna Ortiz. I just really liked these prints, so I did want to try and bring some of that into my wardrobe. I'm not sure how it's going to work on me, but it'll be a fun experiment to play around with. Now back to my physical mood board, which is really what I work on after I've completed that first exercise. I pull from magazines. I like to have a lot of phrases in here that work with what I'm focusing on. So I've got the joy of traveling well, discoveries. My original mood board that I fixed up slightly for the season has calm waters, harmony creators, creating more space for calm, la dolce vita, state of serenity. So a lot of calming imagery, places I'd like to visit, spas, travel. I'd really love to take a train trip. And then on my color palette, I did put in the new fabrics I'm going to be sewing with for the season. And I am adding in some more red, which I thought would be fun. Some neutrals. I've got a pale cream. I've got a dusky blue. I have a black knit that's really nice. And then I have this print that I got that I'll show you next week, a little bit more into that boho vintage style. So when I started pulling this together, I did notice I was drawn to those things. I was drawn to reds and oranges, deep blues, a lot of rusty neutral colors, but a little bit more vintage styling and even history imagery that I've got in here. So this one's kind of a little bit more of a mix than I've done in the past. A little less fashion, a little more lifestyle. Now you'll see in the coming weeks, I'm going to start showing you more of my mood planning. I'm going to break it down each week. So this week is focused on the mood board. Next week, I will show you some of the fabrics I'm thinking about working with this season. And then maybe in the next one, some sewing patterns that I'm excited to try. So while I'm doing this planning segment, I will be still finishing up my summer sewing, but this helps me to transition and move into planning out what I want to make for the rest of the year, while still having time to focus on the other things I want to do as well, cooking, gardening, all of that. Right now I'm using the Index app. I've just finished cataloging all of my clothing, just to really plan around what pieces I actually need in my wardrobe versus what I already have. And I actually already have so much clothing. So I'm really focused on the quality pieces that I'm missing and planning out what I really am excited to sew with. Now, I will say one of the reasons I do still sew as much as I do is because a lot of my older pieces are just not my style. And I think that happens to us all. Our style transitions a little bit. And I'm hoping to go more into that in another video as well. If you chose a word, I'd love to know how it's affecting your year and how that works in with your planning. I'd love to hear what you're excited about going into fall. Are you planning out any new projects or trying out a new hobby? Let me know below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy sewing.